against Bitcoin.
It's going up forever.
You're against Bitcoin, you're against freedom.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Welcome to Simply Bitcoin Live. We are your number one source for the peaceful Bitcoin revolution. We cover breaking news, culture, and medic warfare. We will be your guide through the separation of money and state. In honor of Thanksgiving, I'm going to start with a happy Thanksgiving message. I'm thankful for everyone who's accidentally lost access to Bitcoin over the years. Guilty of this myself. We are all very grateful for making everyone's sats just a bit more scarce. On behalf of everyone, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. So yeah, it's a very festive day. And Opti and I are finally gonna take a break tomorrow, bro.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Ready for the tomatoes.
We're gonna actually take a break tomorrow. We haven't taken a break.
Much needed break.
A much needed break because we are running on fumes. But we are gonna be taking a break tomorrow. Just kind of take a longer weekend, just take it easy as you know, we celebrate the festivities with friends and family. So I hope everyone's at home, you know, having a good time and enjoying the company of your loved ones. If not, we are here for you. We're Simply Bitcoin, and we're here to entertain. Opti, you looking quite fancy today.
Oh, dude, it's just this new coat I got. I really like it. It's a nice wool coat. You know, I thought I had to run out.
Did you pick it off from a homeless guy?
No, do you think a homeless guy had this much drip? Yeah, right. No, I got dressed. You know, I had to go downstairs, and I thought I had to run out of my apartment quickly. And so I got dressed this morning. So forgive me, guys. And, you know, it's a holiday. Why not look good? Feel good. As the great Primetime said, you know, you look good, you feel good, you play good. So we got to look good every once in a while, man. We got to look good every once in a while.
It's true.
But yeah, man, happy Thanksgiving to everyone in the chat. So much love in the chat. It's honestly, it feels really good. It's humbling and it's an honor, guys. Like really, it's really incredible to see everyone showing love to each other in the chat and what we do here. And I'm just super appreciative. And that's kind of what I'm going to cover today on Culture, Nico, before you get into what we're covering in the news and all that. First of all, you know, things I'm grateful for, and then maybe some tips for your Thanksgiving dinner conversation so you're not just completely unbearable and ranting and fighting with your family that we are correct. Ooh. So we'll see what happens. Maybe drop in some tips for yourself, what you're thinking when we're doing the culture, and we'll cover some because it might be a quick one today. So.
I like that. Some tips to orange pill your friends and family at Thanksgiving. I like
really
that.
Tips to be less unbearable.
I like that. Anyways, guys, today during the news, we are going to cover Jack Mallers is going on Fox Business, absolutely crushing it, saying the quiet part out loud, saying because of the amount of money that the U.S. government has printed, because of the level of the debt, Bitcoin is basically destined to go up forever. He did say, quote, it's going to go into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Mind you, he is saying this on the legacy corporate media. And that is how we break the Bitcoin echo chamber, ladies and gentlemen. It's not, you know, we Bitcoin content creators, we make content for other Bitcoiners. But when you have the likes of Natalie Burnell, when you have the likes of Stephen Lufko was on CNBC this week. When you have Jack Mallers go on Fox Business, right? These legacy corporate media outlets that I honestly don't think they'll be around or very, very popular in 10, 15 years or so, but now they are. Currently they are. That's really how you break the Bitcoin echo chamber, specifically in the TradFi world. And then, of course, on the mainstream cultural realm, you know, you have to go on the podcast. You have to go on Tim Pool. You have to go on these, you know, Jordan Peterson and, you know, all the popular Joe Rogan, of course. You have to go on the popular mainstream podcasters. That's how we went over the culture. This is how we went over the TradFi. We got to spread the orange signal. Remember, guys, not left versus right. It's orange versus green at the end of the day. So we're going to talk about that during the news segment. Also, just going to give you examples of just more gaslighting from the government, essentially not taking responsibility for inflation, not taking responsibility for the economic situation. They're not incentivized to, not taking responsibility for, the last poll, 59% of voters under 30 in the U.S. economy are poor. That's crazy, right? We read you another, I'm dead serious. That's what it says.
I know, it just sounded so good.
Another percentage point was 61% of Americans in general are living paycheck to paycheck. That's also a very striking number. So we have all that information for you. And also a record was set. 83 Bitcoin transaction fee sets a new record in fiat terms. That's right. Someone paid $3.1 million for a single Bitcoin transaction. They did not have to do this. It seems like it was by accident. Last time this happened, someone paid an absurd amount. The mining pool was kind enough to return the funds. But it seems like these kinds of things keep happening. My recommendation, guys, is use Sparrow, use Electrum, use a hardware wallet. Our sponsor foundation.
Look at mempool.space.
Our sponsor foundation will literally give you a warning if if your fee is too high, right? So yeah, you shouldn't be paying I know fees are going up, but you shouldn't be paying $3.1 million for a single Bitcoin transaction. So anyways, we're going to cover all of that. It's going to be a great show. Can't wait into it. This is the Thanksgiving special. Guys, if you're enjoying the show, really helps with the YouTube algos. Smash that like button. Consider subscribing if you feel like we provide value throughout the show. And shout out to our Rumble and Twitter audiences as well. All right, everybody, no more delay. Let's jump straight into the show. We got a lot to talk about today. Let's check it out.
The Bitcoin numbers.
Is your Bitcoin in cold storage really secure? Is your seed phrase really secure? Stamp Seed's do-it-yourself kit has everything you need to hammer your seed words into commercial-grade titanium plates instead of just writing them on paper. Don't store your generational wealth on paper. Paper is prone to water damage, fire damage. You want to put your generational wealth on one of the strongest metals on planet Earth, titanium. Your words are actually stamped into this metal plate with this hammer and these letter stamps. And once your words are in, they aren't going anywhere. No risk of the plate breaking apart and pieces falling everywhere. Titanium stamped seeds will survive nearly triple the heat produced by a house fire. They're also crush-proof, waterproof, non-corrosive, and time-proof. All things that paper is not, allowing you to hodl your Bitcoin with peace of mind for the long haul. Stamp your seed on Stamp Seed. All right, guys, I made it super easy for you guys. You could scan the QR code on your screen right now. The right-hand side of your screen, it will take you directly to the Stamp Seed website, where you can take advantage of the promo code simply to get 15% off anything on the Stamp Seed website.
Wait, and also guys, they are running a sale on everything on their website right now until tomorrow. So there is Black Friday deals going on Stamp Seed. If you've been thinking about it, you're on the fence, definitely go check it out and get yourself a deal. You don't have to have a promo code, just put it in your cart and you will get a discount.
Let's definitely pull that up right now. So yes, if you go to the Stamp Seed website, guys, you will get, I think it's a 21% discount, right, Opti?
I believe so. I forget the numbers off the top of my head. You'll get a
major discount for Black Friday, so definitely check out the Stamp Seed website and take advantage of Black Friday. Anyways, at the time of recording, the Bitcoin price is 37,215 sats per dollar. 2,687 block height, 818,131. Blocks to halving, 21,869. Halving estimate, April 19th, 2024. Total Lightning Network capacity, 5,361 Bitcoin. Capacity value, 199 million US dollars. Realized monetary inflation, 1.75%. The market capitalization of Bitcoin, $727 billion. That's billion with a B. Bitcoin versus gold market cap, 5.45 5%. In the grand scheme of things, Bitcoin is still a baby. Anyways, here is Jack Mallers on Legacy Corporate Media. I got to be honest, I love this show. This anchor, I don't know who his name is, but I definitely should, because he's given a platform.
Something Payne. They always tell me in the chat. Like
he's given a platform to Natalie. Natalie absolutely crushes it every single time she goes on his show. He's having Jack Mallers. So this individual, shout out to him, brother. He's a fan of Bitcoin. I got to say that, you know. So anyways, let's check this out. Mind you, at this moment in time, the Bitcoin price was only at 35,888. Right now it's sitting pretty at 37,223. So things just keep getting better. Bitcoin's up 120% plus this year in 2023 alone. So it looks like things are headed in the right direction, Opti, to say the least. Anyways, I'm going to shut up. Let's hear what Jack Mallers has to say. Let's check it out.
What do you see? What's the future, the near term and the longer term future that you envision for Bitcoin?
Oh my gosh, this thing's going hundreds of thousands of dollars per coin, Charles. I mean, the U.S. government is in so much debt. The way I think about Bitcoin's price equals technology plus fiat liquidity. So it's going to go up because it's innovative tech and it's better money. But what really shoots it up at a neck-breaking pace is when our government is tens of trillions of dollars in debt and has to roll that debt over. So they got a lot of money to print and financial assets are going to soar. And Bitcoin goes up the most because it's the hardest to make more of. It's over, man. This thing's going to the moon. You know, it's so interesting, too, because it's not just the U.S. I was just reading today, globally, these countries, these advanced nations and all this fiat currency are going to have to spend $2 trillion on the interest alone, and they won't stop spending, Jack. They just won't stop spending money, and it's coming back to haunt them, and it's coming back to maybe people realizing fiat currency is not the place to be, huh? Charles, this would be my message to America. Give me a second on this one. Guys, the U.S. government's got about $10 trillion over the next 2 years to roll over, refinance. That's debt. Our country's in debt. It's a huge problem. They got three options. One, they could pay it back. It's not a real option because we don't got the money. We're broke. Two, our government could come out, Charles, and say, you know what, guys, we screwed up. After World War II, we changed the way money worked. We got off the gold standard. We issued debt all over the place. We got way too cocky. And actually, all of our banks don't have your money. They're insolvent. All the airlines you fly and travel on aren't actually good businesses that should be in business. Healthcare shouldn't actually be free. We screwed up. We piled on so much debt and screwed up the younger generation, and we're in huge trouble. So we're going to have to let everything fail and reset this country. Now, they're not going to do that, are they, Charles? They have a third option, which is unique to the government. They could print the money that they're missing. And when they print the money that they're missing, they're stealing from all the people that hold U.S. dollars. And so what they'll do, they'll have to do is print dollars. And the only way to save yourself is own not dollars. And that's when you see things like the S&P 500 and gold and Bitcoin soar. And so that's what's going to happen over the next 2 years. They got to print 3 times more than they did during COVID. I love your enthusiasm, Jack. We're going to bring you back. We really do love your enthusiasm and your message. Thanks a lot for sharing it with us. Thanks a lot. Cheers, honey. All right, bud.
It's like, that's too much sauce. Too much sauce.
It's too crazy. It's interesting to see, you know, and this is why Natalie is so awesome, right? Like Natalie, the way that she says it, I think she remains within the Overton window, the acceptable window of discourse and the message in the delivery of which she's conveying the message. And you see the reaction between the anchor from someone like Jack Mallers, who gets passionate, like I'm full balls to the like Bitcoiner slavery, et cetera, et cetera. But we have to understand, for the normie, you sound like a psychopath, right? But that's why, but it's so interesting that these types of discourses are being held on the Legacy Corporate Media. So shout out to Jack Mallers delivering the truth. Maybe it was too much truth. And then shout out to Natalie, who does it in a way where the truth is still delivered, but it's within the Overton window, so it's received. It doesn't sound like crazy talk to the everyday normie or the no coiner. So anyways, man, we are making progress. We are breaking the Bitcoin echo chamber. And as it relates to the title of the video, look, Jack Mallers said the quiet part out loud. They're gonna have to print a whole lot of money, and when QE comes back, Bitcoin is gonna go to the moon. What is the equation, right? It's infinity divided by 21 million. I know what I would much rather have. Anyways, Opti, what's your take on all this?
Yeah, well, first off, I wasn't sure at the beginning if you were running that at 2x or if that was just Jack Mallers at normal speed. I was
running that at 1.25's the speed, but he was just going ham. He was like Opti 5 coffees in.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about. I absolutely love the energy. I think there is something to having more sober conversations around Bitcoin, like you're saying with Nat Brunel. But man, you gotta love the enthusiasm. Like that's the stuff that just makes you feel like you can run through a wall. So I love when Jack Mallers gets on anything and talks about Bitcoin because it really gets you hyped up. But anyways, on that note, finally someone is stupidly bullish spreading the signal. Absolutely love it. Finally, we have someone that's not being conservative. Shouts out to Jack Ballers. I think he sees what we've been seeing.
Ballers.
I mean, I've been saying it for a while. You know, what do I know though? I'm looking at the playing field right now, and it really feels like we are going into a perfect storm for this bull run. I'm very convinced that we are going to overshoot all of our predictions to the upside. 100K just seems like not far away, guys. It seems like very close. If you think we're only going to get stopped at 100K, you are too bearish. I know there will be a lot of friction around 100K, but if we break 100K with some vigor, then I think the FOMO is going to get absolutely crazy. And then just kind of touching on some of the things that Jack was saying. Let's go. Yeah, the Thanksgiving special is just fully bull-tarded. Okay. Touching on some of the things that Jack said. First, you got to love when he goes on any corporate press and any Bitcoiner rather.
I got to say, Opti, with the suit, bro, you're giving me corporate press
It's
vibes.
not even a suit, dude. This is like a work jacket. It just has the like lapels here. But yeah, you know, I'm trying to look here. I'll button it up. I'm trying to clean my image here. You know, I'm a corporate Bitcoiner now, so I got to look good on television. All right. Anyways, seriously. Jack Mallers keeps spreading the signal. And the more we talk about the issues of inflation, about the fact that the government is stealing your purchasing power by printing more dollars, the more people have these touch points, the more people wake up to these conversations, the more it becomes just the new public consciousness of the world, that the more they print money, the broker you get. And this is just the very simple economics of what's going on. But there was a meme there that I really like from Jack Mallers. He says the only way to win is to hold not dollars. And it's such a simple way of framing this. I don't know about that. More like Nico Jones on Fox First.
I think I have been on Fox. I think I
did
a Fox
also, I guess that guy's name is Charles Payne. So I am pretty sure he's been orange pilled very well. He's got to hold some Bitcoin, but you just love when that signal gets spread and we iterate on the message. We iterate on the memes. Holding not dollars is the way. And I'm going to steal that. And you guys should steal that as well for the Americans out there at Thanksgiving dinner tonight, because that's just like hitting, that's over the target. You can't hold dollars. Sailor always says if you hold dollars, you're holding melting ice cubes. Well, I like this one. It makes sense for a normie. You don't have to kind of like think of it in metaphor anymore. It's just like the only way to win is holding not dollars, guys. You need to hold something other than dollars. This is the only way to survive right now. I know most people are living paycheck to paycheck, and we'll go through all those numbers next, but you need something other than dollars. And the average person can't buy real estate. Who really wants to buy bricks of gold? You want to buy Bitcoin. Take Bitcoin into self-custody, download Bitcoin wallets, buy Bitcoin hardware devices, signing devices. You need to protect yourself because the people in power are running rampant. They are wild.
They're running amok, bro. They can't help. They have to press the P button on the keyboard.
I was just about to say, they are going crazy with the power of the money printer, and they have to continue to print more money to keep the system going. And I think it's becoming very obvious to people, at least they're hearing this conversation, that, wait, why are we printing more money? Wait, what are the effects of printing more money? It's making you poorer. Thanksgiving dinner just got more expensive this year. Thank you very much, politicians. You can't hide the, what's he going to say? You can't hide the shock of the sticker price. Anyways.
Bro, they are going absolutely crazy. This is what they're doing in the back rooms, bro. They're just, and that's what Bitcoin is doing.
Print more to infinity and make number go up more.
So when this is happening, ladies and gentlemen, all you got to do is you got to stay humble and stack sats.
Oh, wait. Before you go on, Nigel says, I think Kramer said buy Bitcoin. Oh, man. There goes the bull market wrecked.
Anyways, I do want to give a very, very, very special shout out to our sponsor, Bitcoin 2024. It's going to be hosted in Nashville, Tennessee. It's not going to be in Miami this year. July 25th through the 27th, 2024 in Nashville, Tennessee. You want to get your tickets quickly before the prices go up, and they will go up very, very soon. For a GA ticket, you can get it for $349. For an industry pass, you can get it for $849. That gives you access to 3 days of the conference, included lunch. Lunch is also included if you get the industry pass, and the whale pass, which gives you exclusive access to the deep backstage VIP lounge. I got to meet Tulsi Gabbard backstage last year. It's pretty awesome. Guys, you don't want to miss the biggest Bitcoin conference of the year, Bitcoin 2024. Use promo code SIMPLY to get yourself a 10% discount. All right, everybody, let's hit the news.
The Daily News.
I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Foundation Devices. It's self-custody done right. They built a premium grade hardware wallet called Passport right here in the US. It's fully open source and verifiable. It's the most intuitive Bitcoin wallet designed with a UX reminiscent of a simple feature phone. So you will know how to navigate it and use it the moment you pick it up. Get your Bitcoin off exchanges and into your own hands in just a few minutes. Experience the peace of mind that comes with taking ownership of your own keys. After a massive sellout during Bitcoin Miami 2023, the Passport is back in stock at foundationdevices.com. Bitcoin only, open source verifiable, completely air gap security model, gorgeous design craft, premium grade materials. If you're thinking about getting your Bitcoin off exchanges, this is the one for you. Check out the Passport link in the show notes below to learn more. All right, guys, I made it super easy for you guys. You could scan the QR code on your screen right now. It'll take you directly to the Foundation Devices website where you can get yourself a Passport hardware wallet. Remember, guys, not your keys, not your Bitcoin. Simply Bitcoin recommends the Passport open source hardware wallet. All right, guys. So let's cover the Bitcoin news for today. Another historic turn, another historic event in Bitcoin. I feel like it happens like literally every day. Here is 83 Bitcoin transaction fee sets a new record in fiat term. An unknown entity set a new Bitcoin transaction fee record in fiat terms today, effectively paying over 3.1 million for a single Bitcoin transaction. #wrecked. The transaction mined in block 818,087 moved over 139 Bitcoin and paid a 83.7 Bitcoin in fees, and resulting in 55.77 Bitcoin transferred. The transaction was mined by a KYC only mining pool, AMP pool. After broadcasting the transaction, the user used RBF to increase the fee even further. What the fuck? The transaction.
It's full RBF. Yeah, someone can just someone's gonna get that bounty. Let's go. All right, go. Continue. Sorry.
Interesting. The transaction was seen in the open mempool first, so anyone could have mined it, said Mononaut. They somehow failed to add a change output to send the remaining 83 Bitcoin back to themselves. Per Mononaut, this is the largest Bitcoin transaction fee ever paid in dollar terms, surpassing PayPal/Paxos, which paid 20 Bitcoin fee a few months ago, but only 8th highest fee paid in terms of Bitcoin. The largest ever fee in Bitcoin terms was paid in this transaction in 2016 when someone fat-fingered a 291 Bitcoin fee he added. So in dollar terms, it's an all-time high. In Bitcoin terms, it is not. I don't know if that 2016 record is going to be broken, to be honest. I think people are going to be even more and more careful as the number go up, technologies does its thing. Anyways, Opti, you have any quick thoughts on this before we move on?
Yeah, first, I absolutely devastating fat finger, just, to point at the elephant. But it kind of really makes me think, like, who is the one behind this? Is this like institutions learning a lesson? Is this just a minor fat fingering it and messing up? Because I'm guessing they'd have to use like some kind of command line to really mess up this bad. So I wonder who is out there getting wrecked. But anyways, for the average person here, you need to use mempool.space like as much as possible. I pretty much always reference mempool.space when I'm sending a transaction, just so I get an idea whether my wallet is getting something that is not overpaying, underpaying, depending on how fast I want my transaction to go through. But man, just absolutely devastating. I could only imagine how bad that feels if you just sent, 83 Bitcoin fee? Like, yo, that's just crazy. That's crazy talk to me.
100%, 100%. So guys, it is Thanksgiving and we like to give back as Simply Bitcoin. So I have a very special announcement for you guys. Right now, if you use promo code Simply100, you will get a free ticket to Unconfiscatable. There's only 4 of them. So get it while supplies last if you want to go to the last Bitcoin conference of the year, December 7th through the 8th, 2023. I think current speaker lists include, Giacomo, Tone Vase, Jimmy Song, Natalie Burnell, Adam Back, Jack Mahlers, and many, many more. Of course, Opti and I are going to be there. We're going to be doing a panel as well. Free tickets. Use promo code Simply100. There's 4. So get it while supplies last. Anyway, so you guys heard it. Simply 100 Unconfiscatable. You get yourself some free tickets. I think they're worth like hundreds of dollars too. Anyways,
Shouts out the Tone Vase.
So this is what I wanted to talk about today in terms of news as well. 62% of Americans are still living paycheck to paycheck, making the quote the main financial lifestyle. So what are the reasons for that? Of course, inflation is still too high. The Federal Reserve is expected to announce it will leave rates unchanged at the end of its 2-day meeting this week. So, of course, it's inflation. People aren't, it's crazy what happens when your money steals from you. It's crazy. Now, what are the responses to this? Because there's been many, many responses to this. First, let's start with the president himself. Check out this shorty that was created by Bitcoin News. It has Milton Friedman basically explaining that the cause of inflation is the government. But let's see how the government reacts to that claim.
Inflation is just like alcoholism. In both cases, when you start drinking or when you start printing too much money, the good effects come first.
So I'm sick of this stuff. We have to talk about it because the American people think the reason for inflation is government spending more money. Simply not true.
Inflation is made in Washington because only Washington can create money. And any other attribution to other groups of inflation is wrong.
So that's something that, of course, Bitcoiners know. And let's take a look at what CNBC was asking Janet Yellen, right? And then this is a little bit different than the 61 or 62% number, whereas the 62% number is 62% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. According to this, 59% of voters under 30 rate the U.S. economy as poor. I'm aware of that. It's our job to explain to voters what Joe Biden has done to improve the economy. I mean, what that is, like, the first step is taking responsibility, like Javier Milei in Argentina. I was making a joke about this on Monday when it was happening. I said, look, guys, now we know we have the playbook. If we want to have an Austrian economist who wants to end the central bank elected as president, all we need is 143% inflation. 143% inflation pissed off the Argentine people so badly that they were willing to elect a guy that literally took a chainsaw and was breaking plastic central banks, and like he dressed up in a Superman suit with a hammer. Like, it was absolutely hilarious. But like Jeff Booth has pointed this out, in the Western countries that have the financial privilege to print a lot more money because a lot of other countries are holding that currency. It's being used to transact all around the world. They have a lot more wiggle room. The inflation rate isn't high enough for people to start asking the question, what is money? But I think we're approaching that moment very, very quickly. I mean, 62% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck, that's a big number. And here, 59% of voters under 30 rate the U.S. economy as poor. We have less opportunity than our parents, specifically if you're a millennial or a Gen Zer, especially if you're a Gen Zer. Anyways, let's see what the U.S. Treasury Secretary has to say, Janet Yellen.
Madam Secretary, it may be good news for Americans, but it doesn't seem to be showing up in the polls for President Biden. And I also want to read you something. A recent poll by the New York Times and Siena College finding 59% of voters under 30 rate the economy as poor. So, you know, philosophically and sort of intellectually, you can look at a lot of these numbers and say, this is a great economy in so many ways on a relative basis to history and the like. But at the same time, you have poll numbers and others saying that they don't feel it.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. And I think it's our job to explain to Americans what President Biden has done to improve the economy. I think as inflation comes down, prices stop rising, and the labor market remains strong, Americans will begin to see that we have made meaningful progress. And importantly, the administration is making investments in America that will show up in improved conditions and more availability of good jobs.
So she says something really interesting, which is it's our job to educate Americans on, you know, what Joe Biden is doing. Let's see how that's going. So let's see what Joe Biden is doing. And again, guys, we're not specifying it's a Democrat, Republican. Both parties do the same thing. They print money, which devalue everyone else's money. So this is not a critique of a specific political party, just to be clear. So let's see what Joe Biden is doing, because she said we have to educate Americans.
So I'm sick of this stuff. We have to talk about it because American people think the reason for inflation is government spending more money. Simply not true.
Okay. All right. Now let's see what else they're doing. Here's a press conference from the White House.
Just in time for holiday travel, gas prices are down $1.70 from their peak. Airline tickets are down 13% over the last year, and car rentals are down about 10%. And as we start preparing our Thanksgiving meals, grocery inflation is at its lowest level in over 2 years, with prices for eggs, milks, bacon, and fresh veggies lower than last year. In fact, according to the American Farm Bureau, the cost of a Thanksgiving dinner fell this year. Prices are down for turkey, stuffing, peas, cranberries, pie crust, and whipping cream. We had a big discussion about whipping cream in the back. I don't know what whipping cream is. I know whipped cream, but not whipping cream. Anyway, because wages are rising, this Thanksgiving dinner is the fourth cheapest ever as a percentage of average earnings. Finally, as we look ahead to holiday shopping, since last year, prices for toys are down about 4%, used cars and trucks are down 7%, and TVs are down 9%. Lowering costs for American...
I mean, again, it's the framing, right? It's like the prices are down. No, they're not. Essentially, the prices aren't increasing as fast. That's what she means. That's essentially the fundamental message. So you have Janet Yellen basically gaslighting people on TV, saying we're going to educate the American people. Number one, they don't take responsibility. Number two, they're literally telling you prices are going down. That's not true. Look, we can even use their own website, which completely skews the number. We don't believe the actual official CPI numbers. I think they're BS, but let's take their word for it. In 2020, $100 would have the same purchasing power as $120 today. So prices did not go down. Now, why did all of this happen? Jack Mallers is so based, and he explained it in the first clip we played for you guys. They printed an absurd amount of money, only of which the government can do, and that devalues everyone else's money. And that had consequences. I mean, take a look at what happened to the price of homes in the U.S. and take a look at that, guys. Like, what a coincidence, right? Around the same time they printed all of that money, housing went crazy. So when you see stuff like this, 59% of voters under 30. So first-time home buyers, people that are about to start a family. And they're saying 59% of voters rate the U.S. economy as poor. Whether they're conscious of it or not, what they're describing is this. They can't afford a future. They can't afford it. And that wasn't of no fault of their own. That was 100% the fault of the government for printing money. Jack Mallers said it in the very, very beginning. Now it's all dark, right? This is Thanksgiving after all, so we got to end it with a happy note. However, if you are pricing your life in Bitcoin, as we advocate on this channel, save in Bitcoin, don't speculate, stay humble, stack sats, stay solvent. Your life has actually gotten cheaper over the last 3 years. So if you were holding $1, if you were holding $100, if you were to believe their data, which I don't, your purchasing power would be, if you were holding $100 in 2020, it would be the equivalent of $120 today. If you were holding Bitcoin, the dollar and everything would have actually gotten 50% cheaper compared to 3 years ago, even though we're not even at all-time highs and even though we're just coming out of a bear market. Even housing, even with the prices of housing going up the way it is in the US using their own data, if you were saving and living on a Bitcoin standard, housing has actually gotten 66% cheaper over the last 3 years. Over the last 5 years, housing has actually gotten 72% cheaper. So when Elizabeth Warren gaslights you and tells you we don't need Bitcoin, we have CBDCs. This is what we need. We have CBDCs. We have the necessary tools to we have the necessary tools for payments and all that stuff. We have to put her into a corner, so to speak. I mean, here she is. Like, look, hear from the horse's mouth.
Last year, you wrote that, quote, in their attempt to avoid being traced.
That is the wrong clip. That is the one of her demonizing self-custody. I'm going to play you guys the right clip. Give me 1 second. Here it is. Let's try that again.
Banks do wrong. If you think we could improve that in a digital world, the answer is sure you could. But in that case, let's do a central bank digital currency.
Are you there?
Oh, for a central bank digital currency? Yeah. Yes. I think it's time for us to move in that direction.
So essentially, because the thing is, when you look at every piece of paper currency we issue, not with coins, but every paper currency has its own identity. Mm-hmm. So essentially, we're prepared for the blockchain now with currency. Should that be how we build this?
So I think of it as, again, what's the problem you're trying to solve? Mm-hmm. And if the problem you're trying to solve is fast, almost frictionless ability to send money across the country, do it rapidly, send it around the world, be able to send it to your cousins in Argentina. If that's what you're trying to solve, a central bank digital currency does that. And you don't really need a stable coin for that. You've already got a dollar denominated. You don't really need a Bitcoin to be able to do that. So then the question becomes, so what is it that the Bitcoin, what problem is it solving for? And now we get into a very different space.
So, I mean, no, Elizabeth, no. I'll get to Jeff's tweet on the subject in a second, but I said the problem that Bitcoin solves, it's not efficiency of payments. That's why they're rolling so fast to roll out the CBDCs, because they realize, holy crap, like not only is Bitcoin better money, but it's also more efficient in payments. We got the CBDCs, but that's not the problem that Bitcoin solves. I showed you guys the numbers. I showed you guys their own data. The problem that Bitcoin solves is protecting individuals from currency debasement, Senator Warren. I bet you don't have an answer to that. What is your response to the 59% of Americans who are under 30 that are struggling, that cannot afford a home? You are solely responsible for this reckless government spending, debasing people's wealth, energy, and time. And the first thing that you do is you take a bit of personal responsibility and acknowledge that. That's why they were fighting so hard against Javier Milei, because he was saying the quiet part out loud. Yeah, what is hyperinflation? Where is it coming from? It's obviously the central bank. The state is parasiting on the productive class. It's not my words. It's basically what he was saying. But of course, people like Elizabeth Warren and Jeff Booth, writes it perfectly. The problem that she is trying to solve is, how can I continue to extract wealth from the population through manipulated money? From that point of view, her solution is sound. But for you, it's slavery. So what is your choice on Thanksgiving Day? I hope I've armed you with enough facts for lunch or dinner. Is it Bitcoin or is it slavery? Opti?
What is this, a rhetorical question, or are you asking me?
No, I'm passing it along, bro.
All right, wait. Can you read that Jeff Boots tweet? I haven't read that.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. And here it is. It says, the problem that she's trying to solve is, how can I continue to extract wealth from the population through manipulated money? From that point of view, her solution is sound. But for you, it's slavery.
Wow. Great. I literally almost spit out my drink right now. Shout out to Jeff Booth. Yeah, okay. All right. So much stuff to unpack here. First and foremost, the gaslighting is incredible. It really amazes me that people still believe what is going on coming out of their mouths. And someone mentioned an Orwell quote in here, and my favorite one is, they tell you to, and I'm butchering it now because I forget the exact phrasing, but tell you not to believe your eyes and ears and just follow the party line. And I really feel like this is where we are right now. It's like people have completely stopped thinking critically, and it seems like it's so easy to gaslight individuals out there. As long as the official statements are telling you everything is better, it seems like people are following along, and yeah, everything's better. The numbers are telling, like, there's a full cognitive dissonance going on in people's minds because they're being told it's better, and yet our money isn't going as far. And so they're wondering, like, what is going on here? And of course, I say it all the time, it's no coincidence that we aren't taught economics correctly. Because if you understand how money works, then you understand what the game's being played. And I really love what Jeff Booth says, because it really is all about extraction, extracting your resources away from you without you noticing. Remember when we played that clip of Jerome Powell a couple months ago, of him trying to explain 2% inflation, and he couldn't. And really, if you read between the lines, the only reason that they stick to that 2% inflation is because that's the only way, that's the number that people will not understand they are getting stolen from. If you steal only 2% of their wealth, slowly but surely, people haven't caught up to the game except for Bitcoiners. But it's super awesome to see Bitcoin talking point strike again with that CNBC article or MSNBC article, whatever it is. The signal is spreading to mainstream media and mainstream consciousness.
I mean, Jack Mallers, bro.
Exactly.
Fire.
And but even further, like, that article that has nothing to do with Bitcoin, but the problem is stage center. That you cannot hide inflation for too long. People are feeling the pain. People are getting poorer. And I mean, I know you're joking when you said that what America needs is 140% inflation before they wake up to what's going on.
No, I said, so basically what I said is, like, we now have a working model. Now we know that essentially if you have 140% inflation, there's a high probability that a libertarian anarcho-capitalist can be elected in your country.
Perfect. But it really goes to what I say all the time. And what I like to do the most here in regards to the Bitcoin phenomenon, Nico is very big on, like, geopolitics. I really like the cultural side of Bitcoin and how it changes human behavior and understanding humans and understanding the true nature of reality. And it just keeps getting blasted in my face that just humans are they don't really go towards pleasure. We're sheep. We all got PTSD. We all have Stockholm syndrome, and there is a point when the pain just becomes too much, where you just had enough. I had that point. That's how I became a Bitcoiner. And unfortunately, as we see around the world, it will be what Nico's saying, like people have to feel that pain before they wake up. And hopefully it's not 140% inflation in America. Like that would be absolutely devastating. But we do have a working model now, and people need to feel pain before they want to try a different solution. And it just this is how humans work. We're not recreating the wheel. Understand human psychology, and we'll see in time that more people will have to adopt Bitcoin by necessity. But there was a point there, or that last poll that you said, it was like, what, 59% of millennials think that the economy is poor or poorer than it was before. Well, just wait till they wake up to the fact that America is literally poor and been bankrupt since 1971. And all the money that quote unquote are creating is literally debt stealing from future generations. Like once that mechanism is exposed, it reminds me of the Jefferson quote, if people understood banking, there'd be a revolution overnight. And it's just people don't understand what's going on. And it's very unfortunate. But this is why there's such a huge opportunity for us Bitcoiners to continue to educate people and spread that signal and show that, hey, guys, anyone who's awake knows what the problem is, but very few people are pushing the solutions. And this is what we constantly do here, is angle this all back through the Bitcoin funnel. And the only way to protect yourself is by saving in something that cannot be debased. Download Bitcoin wallets. Make sure your friends and family are downloading Bitcoin wallets. Make sure they have just a small savings in Bitcoin. You don't need them to go all in. Just take a little bit of your paycheck that I know you're living paycheck to paycheck towards, but take a little bit and save in Bitcoin. And in time, it will help you. It will be that escape hatch. It will be your safety net. It will be what's the little boat thing that you get off when the Titanic's sinking? I'm blanking on what it is, your safety boat. I don't know. Anyways, guys, it just goes to show that people are feeling the pain. And as much as they try to gaslight us, they cannot hide the fact that we are all getting poorer. It's very obvious. And as long as you're believing what they're telling you, then you might get yourself wrecked. So hopefully you have woken up. You are deprogramming from the fiat matrix, from their narrative trench warfare, from the propaganda, because all I heard them say is like, our job is to gaslight you into not understanding that we are stealing from you. Like, it's so obvious once you understand what their words mean. But hey,
dude,
people still believe in the legitimacy of these people, which is absolutely incredible.
It's crazy, the fact that they don't take responsibility for something that they've caused. And that to me is just like, she's like on stage with graphics on the right and on the left saying prices have gone down. No, they have not gone down. The increase in the rate of which prices are increasing has gone down. But that doesn't mean that prices have gone down. But of course, they can't say that. So they have to be a bit dishonest about it. It's crazy. Anyways, I do want to give a very special shout out.
Wait. Sorry, before you go. Apparently it wasn't Jefferson, it was Henry Ford.
There
you guys saw it on the chat.
There we go.
Oh,
so
Nico.
I do want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Kaboom Racks. They're the most trusted place to buy, sell, and host mining equipment. Check out their racks. You could scan the QR code on your screen. It will take you directly to their Telegram marketplace, where you can connect with a member of their sales team. They make purchasing Bitcoin mining ASICs easy and transparent. What about selling? They got your back as well. You can access their vast network of domestic and international customers when you sell your mining equipment with them. Check out Kaboom Racks. It's the best place to buy mining equipment, in my opinion. Check out Kaboom Racks today. All right, everybody, let's hit the culture.
The Daily Culture.
Brought to you by SwanBitcoin.com. Swan is the best way to build your Bitcoin stack with automated Bitcoin savings plans and instant purchases, serving clients of any size from $10 to $10 million. We love Swan because they incentivize self-custody and dollar cost averaging. What are you waiting for? Visit SwanBitcoin.com today.
All right, guys. So it is Thanksgiving in America. I know we kind of are a global show, so shouts out to everyone that's not in America. But for us that are in America, today is one of those days where we reflect on the year. We reflect on what we're grateful for, what we give thanks to. And so I did this tweet this morning. I was actually thinking about this last night. I really wanted to do this 21 things I'm grateful for, but really I could kind of only get to 10. So I'm sure I could have added fluff to this, but guys, drop some things you're grateful for in the chat and we'll cover them live. Here's my tweet. And then I did kind of, while I was getting this together, I put some notes for you guys, maybe to help you orange pill your family at Thanksgiving dinner or in general. But here, let's start with the things I'm grateful for. And this isn't a hierarchy. This is just kind of how they came to it. I got trolled that I put my mom after my health. So, it's not a hierarchy. It's just kind of how it came out. These are the things I'm grateful for this year. And these are the things I try to. I know. My mom's proud of me. Okay, she knows she is number 2 behind God. So. All right, so here we go. Things I'm grateful for. First, my health. This year has really been one of those years where I took an active role in trying to get myself as healthy, as fit as possible, because I don't want to LARP over here and just tell you guys to get fit mentally and physically. I'm actively trying to get myself in the best fighting condition I can be, because we really are in an information war. And if you don't understand that your body's a representation of your thoughts, and you got to get your vessel in tip-top fighting shape so that you can think clearly, so you understand what's going on. Second, my family. Shouts out to my family. My brother watches the show. Hopefully he watches this. Love you, bro. My sister doesn't really watch the show. She knows what I do. But my family has been one of the things that have kept me going. They give me encouragement all the time. Nico and I will at times just go through the mud, and I'll tell my family about it every time I call them, once every 3 weeks or something. I love you guys. Sorry, I don't call as much as I'd like to, but they always tell me just keep going. They always encourage me to keep going. And my friends, my real friends, which basically have only been Bitcoiners recently. Like my core group of Bitcoin friends that I hang out since 2017, the BK fam, the Dirtbag Friday fam, my friends that I know will not only have my back, but correct me and humble me enough. Shouts out the wine, always humbling me, making sure that I don't sniff my own farts. Fourth, I have a savings, guys. And it's really interesting considering what Nico covered on the news. I had never had savings before Bitcoin. I could barely hold on to $300. But once it gets into Bitcoin, I have a savings. And this has allowed me for the last couple of years to really go out on a limb and try as much as possible to build this over here at Simply Bitcoin and make sure that I have the freedom to continue to give you guys signals. Second or fifth, sorry, is I have a roof over my head. I'm finally out of my mom's basement, and considering that it is getting kind of cold where I'm in, I'm just grateful that I can provide for myself. I have a house. It's simple things to be grateful of. Six, I love this. I absolutely love what we are doing here at Simply Bitcoin. I have a job that I enjoy. It's still work. Mondays come around and Nico and I are like, oh, here we go. Another week to get beaten up by 2x4s. But this is what we committed ourselves to. And I absolutely love it. Before, kind of a tangent, before the show started, it was super humbling and an honor to see you guys show each other love in the chat. And it just goes to show what we're building here on YouTube. It really is a family of us, I don't like to call you guys our audience. It's like you guys are friends that hang out with us in the chat. And it means a lot to me. Anyways, 7, the work we put into Simply Bitcoin. Man, this year has been a grind. We've been putting in the work constantly. We are taking a break tomorrow because we haven't taken a break all year. But man, I'm just so proud and grateful and thankful for what we've built this year. And moving forward, it's just going to compound. 8, you guys know it's Optimist Fields for a reason. My perspective on life, always looking for the good. As I like to say at times, having that winner's mentality that you need to focus on the good, because if you're constantly focusing on the negatives in life, all you're going to get is more negative. So focus on the good. This is an important time to refocus your mental so you are constantly seeing good in life. And then 8, God. I don't talk about God much, but he's been holding me down. And I pray a lot more because it's been a rough year. And then 10, Bitcoin, man. I wouldn't be here without Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the lifeboat right now in the world. If we didn't have Bitcoin, I'm sure this would be a very, very scary, dark place. So this is my little list. And, shouts out to the viewers. I love you guys. You guys hold us down. You guys constructively criticize us. You guys help us make the show better. And we wouldn't be here without you guys. So this is about providing as much signal to you guys, making sure that you guys enjoy what we're doing, that we're spreading this signal outside of our echo chamber and hopefully getting to the normies out there. And then on that note, I'm going to leave this up just for something to look at. I wanted to kind of add a few tips for you guys on Thanksgiving, because most of you guys are either out there talking with your family today. I'm sure, like I was in the past, you're that unbearable Bitcoiner where you just start ranting and you get in fights with your family. So I got notes over here. First and foremost, by now, everyone probably knows you're a Bitcoiner. I'm convinced your whole family probably knows you're a Bitcoiner. So don't let the politics or even the Bitcoin discussion just divide you on a day when you're supposed to be united with your family. Have some compassion, have some patience with your fam. Remember how long it took you to become a Bitcoiner. It takes time for people to learn. And I think you should be that Uncle Jim in your family. You should be the one guiding your family, because we have the answers and we have the solution. So don't be short with them. Just plant the seeds. Don't be unbearable, guys. This is like my biggest message. Don't be unbearable with your family. And I'm saying this as a reflection because I've been so unbearable to my family. I gotten in so many rants and fights with my family over this stuff that now I'm just like, okay, they know I'm a Bitcoiner. I'll pull back when they are looking for the solutions. I have the answers, and every one of my family at least has a little bit of Bitcoin. So when price goes up, they will be rewarded as well. And this is kind of, I think, one of the main points. Just remind people about the Bitcoin price. I know we always say we try to avoid Bitcoin price as much as possible. Yes, we have the price in today's title, but the price reflects that we are right. Last year, Bitcoin was at 16K. This year's at 37K. The price will speak for itself. And not only that, Bitcoin has outperformed everything this year by a lot. And even when I got into Bitcoin November 17th. And at that time, Bitcoin was 8K. So just go back further and show them Bitcoin prices. Yes, it goes up. Yes, it goes down. Yes, maybe 3 years ago, Bitcoin price was higher than it is today. But this is just part of the game. This is part of the cycle. Bitcoin price is going up forever, Grandma Laura. Anyways, also, you are the walking billboard for Bitcoin. I say this all the time. And so reflect on that. Look at yourself in the mirror. Would your family and friends want to be you? Are you fitter and better than last year? Do you have a better perspective? Are you happier? Are you actually something that someone would want to be like? Because just ranting about, having the answers probably doesn't hit as hard as just being the example of this is what it means to be a good human. And then I'm going to just kind of touch on a few things. I say it all the time, maybe avoid using the B word, point at the problems, then lead them towards Bitcoin. Mention inflation this year. Is Thanksgiving dinner cheaper or more expensive than it was last year? Get the general sentiment of your family. Where are they? Are they feeling the pain or are they still asleep? Ask these questions and just reflect on where they are currently, because maybe they're just so busy in the rat race that they don't have time to look up and they're just wondering why they can't make it paycheck to paycheck. And then also, ask your uncle, how your bonds doing, bro? Ask your dad, how your stocks doing, bro? How's your gold doing? Oh yeah, did you know that Bitcoin is outperforming all of that? Well, maybe you should want some, but just get a general idea of what their investments are doing. Or ask your little cousin or your brother or sister, are they saving any money? Everyone's complaining about living paycheck to paycheck. Well, just ask them how they are feeling and then tell them, you got to pay yourself a little bit. Maybe you should save in Bitcoin. Maybe there's something that is absolutely scarce that they cannot debase. And I'm sure that there will be plenty of opportunities to talk about Bitcoin, but also kind of do you have to? I know we're unbearable and this is the time to talk with your family, but enjoy the time with your friends and your family. The price will do the speaking for itself moving into a bull run, and just enjoy your time with your family. Make sure you tell and show your loved ones that you love them, that you respect them, that you are incredibly grateful that you have them around you when you are that unbearable Bitcoiner. And then, of course, guys, eat good, be merry, be thankful for waking up again, for being able to create and be a part of this world, this lovely world that we're a part of. You know, we get a chance to continue on in this journey, to live a good life, to build a good life, to be an example to our friends and family, and just show them that Bitcoin is the way, guys. Anyways, enough ranting. Enough good, feel good stuff. People don't like the feel good stuff, probably.
I also want to be very, very grateful to our viewers. We Simply Bitcoin would not be possible without you guys. Thank you so much. I'm gonna pull this up one more time, just in case anyone missed it. Guys, if you want free tickets to Unconfiscatable, if you want to go to Vegas, hang out with Opti and I, use promo code simply100. You can go to unconfiscatable.com. With that promo code, there is 4 available free tickets. Get them while supplies last. We love you all. We appreciate you all. Thank you so much for making Simply Bitcoin possible, because it would not be possible without any of you guys. All right, everybody, let's hit the meme review.
The Daily Meme Review.
All right, guys, here we are. Enough of Opti's Kumbaya for Thanksgiving. Let's get to the only reason why you are here. It is the meme review, where you guys send us memes on Twitter at Simply Bitcoin TV, or you drop them in our Telegram group, t.me/simplybitcoin. Tweet to the bullets. Memes are the artillery. We are in an information war, and it's upon every single one of us to do our best to orange pill our friends and family, make sure they're downloading Bitcoin wallets, make sure they're saving in Bitcoin, and this is how we spread the Bitcoin signal. Again, you are a walking billboard for Bitcoin. So go forth and propagate the memes. All right, first one is by Bitcoin Magazine. I really felt this one, Nick. Good job. He goes, and it's Leonardo DiCaprio. Is this a Revenant? I think this is the movie.
The Revenant.
Revenant, where he's, out in the wilderness battling bears. Thanksgiving Day, 16K Bitcoin in 2022. Just absolutely distraught and devastated and in rags and just feeling beat up. Versus 37K Bitcoin in 2023, and it's Leonardo DiCaprio on his yacht in the Wolf of Wall Street. It's really going to feel like this today at your Thanksgiving dinner. You're going to be this is the Thanksgivings when you're looked at like a genius versus the other ones when they're like, yeah, shut up. All right, anyways, the next one is a BTC therapist, and it goes, #Bitcoin is up 124% this year. And we got what is this? Anger management. We got Jack Nicholson in anger management, and it goes, when someone at Thanksgiving says Bitcoin is a Ponzi scheme, and it's Jack Nicholson with that smirk, and it's me, have fun staying poor. You could do this as well. You could also be the cynical one. What's my boy Planet Earth say and meme a couple of days ago? He was like, it's a time now where you tell people that Bitcoin is for smart people. You probably shouldn't get some. You probably wouldn't like it. Okay. Next one is by the Bitcoin Cameron, aka Cam. What's up, bro? And he goes, people saving in cash rather than Bitcoin. And we got, what is his Odd Future? I forget what his name is. And he goes, it smelled like broken here. It smelled like pores in here. What's going on? You guys need to save in something, protect yourself, and save in Bitcoin, guys. It's really super simple. All you have to do is hold Bitcoin. Anyways, next one is by Plan Marcus. And it goes, no contest, #Bitcoin. And we got 38K Bitcoin, and it's a chain with a very tiny lock. And then at the bottom, we got one of those like cop door smasher things. And it goes, Bitcoin DCA plebs. I think this one's a little hopeful. I don't know if this is the DCA pleb army out there that's holding up the Bitcoin price. It's probably some deeper pockets. And the last one, I kind of brought this one in knowing what I was going to talk about in the culture. Shouts out to HODLXHODL on Twitter, or HODLXHold on Twitter. And he goes, wait, Bitcoin is a kind of digital mirror that you can look at yourself somehow? Wow, amazing. Who would have thought of this? And we got the astronaut always have been meme and this like mirrored Bitcoin logo in here. It's almost like Bitcoin reflects what you value. It's almost like Bitcoin changes you and you don't change Bitcoin. Interesting. It's interesting how this works. Anyways,
interesting.
Drop your meme review score in the chat. We'll cover ours live and we'll roll through them. I got mine. All right, mine is Eric Kason's crypto sovereignty.
Ooh, I'm gonna give it a Bitcoin trading card, the Bitcoin racing trading card. Shout out to Aladdin and Co. For making that awesome Bitcoin trading cards. Anyways, everybody, please drop your meme score in the live chat. Also, if you want to support the show, guys, it really helps us if you check out some of our merch. You can get it on simplybitcoin.com. You can also scan the QR code on your screen right now, take you directly to the Simply Bitcoin website, where you can purchase either our hoodie or our shirt. We're also working with the Bitcoin artists to release some Simply Bitcoin shirts as well. It really helps the show, helps us stay independent as well. Please, if you can, buy some Bitcoin first, but if you have some sats to spare,
yeah, stack sats
really,
first.
really does help.
Stack Simply Bitcoin merch second.
So we got shirts, we got hoodies, but it really does help us, guys. So yeah, Opti, it's time to check out some memes. The P-Man van turkey's available on the Simply merch page next year.
Yeah, we're handing out turkeys, bro.
Next one, Nigel. Meme scores: full bellies, loving families, strong hands on this special day for all my USA Bitcoin brethren. Rave elevator. I score the memes. One slice of pumpkin pie with cool whip.
Whipping cream.
Cool Whip from the tube. It's a good one. Justin, Thanksgiving bolt-hearted conversation on the way. Woo! Keep calm during Thanksgiving dinner and telling anyone who disagrees with you, have fun staying poor.
Savage.
Next one, last one. Matthew J. Thankful for Simply Bitcoin. Love you guys.
Thank you, bro. Love you guys. Wouldn't be here without you guys.
We are out of time, unfortunately, guys.
Wait, we got one more. Narwhal Tacos on Rumble. He goes, meme score a Black Friday rally above 4K. I'm gonna give
applause instead of the buzzer. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Simply Bitcoin Live. I'm your host, Nico. This is my awesome co-host, Opti. We are Simply Bitcoin. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Rustin's going to be dropping some hot fire.
Oh yeah, tell the people. Simply
originals over the weekend. So definitely make sure to check those out if you guys want your dose of Simply Bitcoin. We're also going to be dropping, Sophie's going to be dropping some shorts as well. So we are going to be taking tomorrow off just because we literally have not taken time off like savages this year, even with all the traveling to all the conference. And you guys have no idea how hard it is to set this up when you're on the go with all the lights and all this stuff. So we're going to take a break tomorrow.
And we thought about going tomorrow, but we figured maybe we should take a break.
I texted Opti and I said, dude, like... F that, we're gonna just take some time to ourselves. Yeah. So
love you guys. Really appreciate you guys.
I hope you guys have a great holiday as well. We love you. Smash that like button. Consider subscribing if you feel like we provided you value. We'll be back on Monday. Brand new episode of Simply Bitcoin Live. But until then, we love you all, guys. Have an amazing Turkey Day. Gobble gobble.